Today I will be scoring with every jersey number in college football 25, starting from 0 with one of the best running backs in the nation, Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. Kicking off the ground game with Ollie Gordon, breaking one tackle right here, cutting up the middle, breaking another tackle, proving why he actually is one of the best running backs in the nation. Sure enough, handoff to the right, cut back into the middle, that's our first touchdown, and now we only have 99 more to go. This is great. Once I hit the score sheet with one number, I move on to the next, giving us our number 1 from USC, Zachariah Branch. As for the team I play for each game today, it is all decided by random draw. God bless my opponent being Old Dominion because their secondary is absolutely awful. I just torched them in one single play. Zachariah Branch to the 10 and a touchdown. Let's hope every number will be this simple. Now before we get to number 2, let me refer to this graphic which will reoccur today. This will keep track of all numbers and what positions were used to score at that number. I'll remind you at every 10 players. So let me stop interrupting you and show these touchdowns, picking up with number 2, Emeka Egbuka. First play, we're going to throw this in the flat to Judkins, and I'm just going to absolutely hurdle this dude right here. So embarrassing. Coach needs to take him off scholarship. We get to the 50-yard line. Looks like Judkins is proving to me that I chose the wrong number 1 to use in this video because this is one of the shiftiest players I've used in this game so far as I take number 1 Judkins down inside the 5-yard line. And looking to throw in a curl out to Emeka Egbuka for the touchdown right at the pylon. Wouldn't even let me celebrate, but that's number 2 down from Ohio State. But now for number 3, we're going for our first quarterback today, Quinn Ewers of Texas. And we're actually starting with a kick return, which means something significant has to happen, right? Yes, indeed. I break a tackle and I hit the outside races looking to find the end zone. Of course, I'm going to step out of bounds at the 1-yard line to make this easy on myself. And I do decide to get a little bit of cocky. I'm running a read option and I'm fumbling the football. Do not be alarmed. We're going to see a lot of fumbles today. Trying to get back to where I was, throwing this one on the run with Quinn Ewers, getting down by the 1. Couldn't get the passing touchdown, but it's 4th down and goal. So I'll do what I should have done in the very first play I got to this position. It's a quarterback sneak with Quinn Ewers. We're in the end zone with number 3, and I highly doubt Quinn Ewers can dance like this in real life. Back to quarterbacks. This is one of the faster quarterbacks in the nation. Point proven right here as Jalen Miller completely escapes the pressure, picks up 10 yards, but it's still a 4th down and 7. So at least looking to pick up the first down, I find somebody in the sweet spot, and we find much more than that. A tide for the end zone for the Crimson Tide. It's a touchdown. Now it might not be number 4 dancing in the end zone right now, but it's still a passing touchdown for Jalen Milroe, so it does count for number 4. We're only on number 5, and we're already playing with the Rutgers. Yeah, this video got irrelevant pretty fast, but at least we're at 1st down and goal. But don't sleep on this dude. There's a reason I chose him at number 5. Kyle Monagai for the touchdown, if I even said his name correct, for the Rutgers. Now going to number 6 with Cornfield Jesus, Jalen Daniels. This dude took Kansas out of the dumpster fire in football. We have a run to the 40, and he fumbles the football, so I take back everything I literally just said. Don't worry, we do get a little bit of redemption here on a crossing route. We're going to pick up around 15 yards, getting past midfield, and I hand it off the kneel. I hit the outside here. Once again, you know the drill. Park this one inside the 3-yard line at least, so then I can quarterback draw with Jalen Daniels, but guess what happens again? He fumbles the football. The ball gets kicked around like a hacky sack, and it's picked up by a completely different dude, which means this isn't a touchdown for Jalen Daniels, which means I have to do that all over again. But don't you worry, because the very next drive, I ended up getting a touchdown right back to the same dude who stole my touchdown earlier, so that's your second of the game. Good for you, I guess. And that is a passing touchdown for Jalen Daniels, so we finish off number 6. Now going to number 7, quick and easy, the Donovan Edwards, one of the other best running backs in the nation right next to Ollie Gordon. He's a cover athlete for a reason, completely hurdled this dude, took this dude off scholarship, hopefully, and that's a touchdown for Donovan Edwards for the Michigan Big House. Back to quarterbacks with number 8 with Dylan Gabriel, the Oregon Ducks, just gonna throw the slant down the middle of the field and off to the races as we completely burn South Carolina's secondary, and that's another aerial assault attack for the quarterbacks with Dylan Gabriel at number 8. Now we're staying with the quarterbacks, but this one's gonna be kind of a challenge because we are playing Seth Hennigan at Memphis, and we got matched up with the Ohio State Buckeyes. There's another fumble. I feel like we've seen more fumbles than touchdowns today, but that might change right here with this curl touchdown to the tight end for Seth Hennigan, and we finish off the first 9 with this quarterback here in Memphis. Well, we're a decade of players down with 5 quarterbacks, 2 receivers, and 3 running backs. Do not get too used to this though, because this is going to change pretty quickly. Off to number 10 at Penn State, Nicholas Singleton, the halfback. Gotta set up shop first with this completion to the tight end inside the 12, where we will punch this one in with Nicholas Singleton from the 1-yard line. That's a touchdown for Penn State, and we're moving on to number 11. I'm sure we haven't seen enough fumbles in this video, have we? There's another one right there. Don't you worry, because the exact same thing's going to happen. The offensive line completely forgets to do their part, and we fumble it once again. But thankfully, after fumbling the ball twice, we finally get Ricky White involved with this touchdown pass here in Allegiant Stadium, home of the Raiders and home of the UNLV, whatever they are, the Rebels, that's what they are, and that's a passing touchdown to Ricky White. Now to number 12, and this is exactly why I didn't use Shadur Sanders at number 2, because we're using him here as we throw this touchdown pass to Travis Hunter, number 12 of the Colorado Buffaloes. It would only make sense to use him here. Going back to quarterbacks in Notre Dame, and I think touchdown Jesus will like what he's seeing here. It's an an absolute dot to the back corner of the end zone. Both feet are in bounds, only need one in college, but who cares? Greathouse is in for the passing touchdown with Riley Leonard. Number 14, going to Torrey Holton in Colorado State. We haven't seen any interceptions today. There's the first, and that's actually the wrong number 14 I threw it to. But now we'll get the right number 14 involved as we go to the crossing route, trying to pick up the first down at least, but just short of the end zone at the 3-yard line. We're, of course, trying to go back to his way. We find him on the zig route, open for the end zone, a touchdown to number 14, Torrey Holton of Colorado State. Number 15, it only makes sense to use Carson Beck, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. Another huge completion up the middle of the field to the 30-yard line. Now a 3rd down and 12, just trying to pick up some yards for the first down. Trevor Etienne gets close. It's going to be 4th down and 1 at the 21. So 4th down and 1, I try to punch it back in. Not only am I short, but I also fumble the football. Isn't that just great to see? Don't worry, I would get it back. In 3rd down and 14, I would have this great completion up the middle of the field to Dylan Bell, which will put us at the 3-yard line. Surely we'll score a touchdown here, right? And that is absolutely not the case as I throw an awful pass on 4th down and goal. Thankfully, after almost 2 quarters of football, I finally get back to the 1-yard line. Quarterback sneak with Carson Beck. It's about time. This is the Georgia Bulldogs, the number 1 team. It really shouldn't have taken this long to score with Carson Beck at 15. You knew I had to do it at number 16. Not even the starting quarterback at Texas, but it just only made sense to use Arch Manning in this video with a really solid completion that puts us at the 30. And now 4th down and 15. Of course, I'm going for it. I have nothing to lose. I just need a touchdown, and what a beautiful route and throw right here to give Arch Manning on the board for number 16. Number 17, we're going to Tulane to Mario Williams, and I take a sack to 3rd down and 16. I would get the ball back after going down 13-0 to West Virginia, looking for a bomb, and I found him streaking down alone with only 1 defender on him. The safety could not pick up, and Mario Williams is in the back of the end zone with a touchdown as he waves goodbye. This is something your average Minecraft YouTuber can't say, but we've made it to 18. Here's Donovan Edwards picking up the 1st down and 10 to the 24. Now we're looking for our first tight end today, which is Colston Loveland. As we step up, find him in the middle, and it's a touchdown in the big house once more. And now we have back-to-back tight ends. You might want to get used to this. This time it's Aronde Gadsden II with a 1st down to the 13. Looking to go back his way again from the 2-yard line. It's a simple curl in the middle of the field. It's in the end zone, and that finishes off the teens. And now after concluding 10 through 19, we have seen our final quarterbacks because QBs cannot have numbers over the 20s. That's it for quarterbacks. We finished with 8, and now we're starting to see some tight ends now. I don't know what to do with a British sounding name such as Quentin Coley is doing on a patronizing and American sounding college such as Liberty, but anyways, 1st down and goal at the 4. Well, we'll pass the biscuit to Quentin Coley as he trumples his way into the end zone. Jolly good show for number 20. Number 21, Mekhi Hughes, as I just throw in the flat, and Boston College is apparently blitzing every single person on the team because I'm just going to run all the way to the end zone at the 5-yard line and in the end zone for number 21 here in Tulane once again. Number 22, we're going back to the Crimson Tide, playing with a dude named Justice. He might be Batman himself, but first, here's Jalen Milroe scrambling up into the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 1, gonna pass to Justice Haynes himself, and we found him for the end zone. Touchdown for number 22. Number 23, Anthony Watkins at Tulsa. That's a 1st down and 10 after that 4th down and 6 completion. Actually, never mind, and I was so mad about this. I owned the replay mode to see, but we did not get the 1st down. We do get it back, however, going back to Anthony Watkins on the halfback angle. It's a touchdown for number 23 here in Tulsa. Number 24, we're going to Maryland with Roman Hemby. I have nothing to say about this dude other than he has a touchdown for number 24, and you are repping Kobe well. Good job to you. Number 25, we're going to UCLA for TJ Harden, but we'll start with his running mate, getting him close inside the 5-yard line so he can take over for the end zone now, which is exactly what he'll do from the 1-yard line. Hand it straight up the middle. It's a touchdown for TJ Harden at number 25, the quarter-way mark of this video. Number 26, the players are starting to get more irrelevant. Sorry, Zach Evans, but truth be told, if you're playing for North Texas, that's how it's going to be. 1st down and goal at the 1. And here's Zach Evans himself. I dive the way in. It's the Green Machine touchdown for number 26. Now going to the Bayou with Josh Williams, number 27, trying to get closer. Let's start with the tight end, and this will put us in a pretty good spot to run it up the middle once again. And that's exactly what we'll do, as we've done like 20 times in a row. This time it's Josh Williams from LSU for number 27. Number 28, actually a pretty solid running back, one of the best in the nation as well. Omarion Hampton, 4th down and 4, barely got this one off on a check down and just jumped over that defender to find my way into the end zone on 4th down and 4, and the number 28 is finished. Number 29, I do not know why a name like Floyd Chalk has been passed down for 4 generations, but maybe it proves right because Floyd Chalk the 4th found its way into the end zone, and that's how we finish off the 20s with all straight running backs, closing it off here in San Jose State. Wow, man, I did not realize how depressing the 20s were. There's no way we're going to see all these running backs in the 30s too, right? The name's Bond. Javius spawned. Sorry, I don't know why I thought that was funny. Either way, here's an option for the touchdown. That's all that really matters here, is Javius Bond has found his way in the end zone for East Carolina. You will never guess what we'll do for DJ Giddens, number 31. Yeah, it's a 1-yard rushing touchdown like we're gonna do for like 50 more touchdowns in this video. But hey, it's actually different for number 32 because you might actually recognize this player. Let me just use Judkins again because I'm a little salty I didn't decide to use him for number 1 in this video. But yeah, Travion Henderson is actually a well-known player, the best player 32, no doubt. Breaks some ankles right here, and we're in the end zone for 6 for Travion Henderson, and that is the most noticeable player we'll see for quite some time. Because number 33, we're going to a dude named Bashol Tootin. No offense to him, but I've never heard of this dude. But you know what? He is on the board, and he's the best player to wear number 33 in college football. Good for him. Number 34, going to a dude named Jackson Acker. What a name this dude has. It's a 1-yard rushing touchdown here in Wisconsin for number 34. 35, we're going to a dude named Dawson Pendergrass, which sounds like an EA-generated name for a 1-star recruit. He does not sound like a real person at all. And also, looking at this replay, how is this a touchdown? I did not make a football play in the end zone whatsoever, but I won't complain. Number 36, we've reached a milestone. We have our first fullback today here with Caleb Driscoll with a 1-yard rushing touchdown, and this is the greatest thing to ever happen in the state of Wyoming. Number 37, we have back-to-back fullbacks. Could this be changing up some things? It will not. We will not see another fullback for a minute, but Terrence Giss is in the end zone for Air Force. That's because we're going right back to running backs with Hashawn Wilson here in Charlotte. It's a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Go figure. And let's do it once more for number 39, Terry Wilkins here in Middle Tennessee State with another 1-yard rushing touchdown to close out the 30s. Well, at the very least, we had a little bit of moderation because we saw back-to-back fullbacks, and that's all I can honestly hope for, with 20 through 39 having 18 total running backs. Good news, though, is that 39 was the final running back we have today. We live in a country of free will and free choices, and this dude decided to choose number 40 as a wide receiver, but you do you because you got your spot in this video is because you're the only skill position player to really wear number 40, Darius Leslie, the touchdown in Purdue. Corrí con el mariscal de campo y la lanzó a la balona Josh Fierro. Aterrizaje al número 41. ¿Por qué hablo español? Number 42, we're going to Billy Revere. Is this dude related to the dude that said the Redcoats are coming? I do not know, but he's a tight end at Washington State, and he has the touchdown for 42. Oh, great. We're in the 40s, and we're playing with the Miners. The UTEP Miners, that is. Here's Julian Lopez, the tight end at the fullback position, with the touchdown for number 43. Number 44, you might recognize this dude from earlier. It's Tyler Warren, an actual decent tight end, not just a long snapper tight end, and he's in the end zone on one single play back here in Penn State. Hey, by the way, I went to Copeland, and the mayor said everyone there knew you. Here's Rashard Copeland. He has the touchdown. Why is a wide receiver wearing number 45 in college football here at USC? Number 46, back to fullbacks. Alec Texa at a military school. And it makes sense why military schools use fullbacks a lot, because they're used to fighting in trenches. Alex Texa, the fullback, scores for 46. Number 47, back to tight ends. Jared Casey in Kansas, and we sent him in the flat, and he dives his way in for number 47, and that's a touchdown for the tight end. Number 48, Zeke Moore. We're going to scramble out, look to find him in the back corner of the end zone, perfectly placed, and this Florida Atlantic play for a touchdown for number 48 with Zeke Moore. And number 49, we have Brock Lampe, I do not know, but he's in the end zone for 6, and that closes out the 40s at the halfway point of the video in Northern Illinois. And this is where the downfall happens, because it's starting to get really random. We have receivers in the 40s, we have essentially long snapper tight ends, and then we have more fullbacks, but that puts us at the halfway mark going into 50. And back to tight ends we go. At least this one can actually catch the football. From Oklahoma, number 50 at the halfway point, it's Ben Anderson, the so-called tight end. 51, we have Will Snellings in the University of Georgia. Even though this dude's listed as a tight end, he's probably like 8th in the depth chart because Georgia literally has one of the best tight end groups in the nation. Number 52, we have Trey Dubuck at the University of South Florida, playing in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium. He's in for the 1-yard rushing touchdown. Number 53, we have Magnus von Soudern. You can't convince me that this dude's family owned a railroad estate in the 1800s. What a name this dude has. He's in for the rushing touchdown for number 53. Number 54, we have our first offensive lineman today. We're actually going to see quite a few of these. We have Michael Ford Jr. out of Kansas. He's a left guard for number 54. And going right back to tight ends with number 55 from Western Kentucky, we have Rex Robich. That's probably not how you say his name, but I thought that was absolutely hysterical. Number 56, we have Walker Heimball for University of Kentucky in for the 1-yard rushing touchdown as well, and he puts him to sleep, 'cause I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Number 58, we have Lance St. Louis. This dude's touchdown catch was so significant, they named an entire United States city after him. And here he does that same exact dance that 20 players have done before him. Number 59, the state of Ohio is so obsessed with vacationing to the East Coast that they named an entire university after Miami. Here's a touchdown to Hudson Powell for number 59 to close out the 50s. We'll talk about midlife crisis because I'm glad the 50s are done. At least we had one guard at 54, and the only reason that was the case is because there's not a single skill position player or tight end that wears number 54 in college football 25. So I had to substitute it with our first offensive lineman being a guard. I feel like we've seen Kansas a lot today, but might as well see him one more time, I guess, with Luke Hosford, the tight end, with the 1-yard rushing touchdown to kick off the 60s. Number 61, at least we're actually going to pass the football this time. The Jake Dennis of Colorado State, he's in on the crossing angle. It's a touchdown for number 61. Number 62, we're going to a dude named Spencer Triplett. I wonder if he has two identical brothers. He's in for the 1-yard rushing touchdown here at the University of North Carolina. Number 63, we have our first center today with Cooper Mays. You might actually know this dude because he is one of the best centers in the nation right now, especially if you're a Tennessee fan, you'll definitely know him. It's number 63, the center, Cooper Mays. And 64, we have Vincent Murphy, another center, and I feel like Tulane is another team just like Kansas. We have seen a lot today, but nonetheless, a 1-yard rushing touchdown for the center as well. 65, our first kicker today. Yes, kickers are counting and scoring. Cry a little louder if you don't like it. Kurt Austin for Iowa State has his kick through the uprights. Believe it or not, we actually have back-to-back kickers. Here's Ian Helmke from Tulane. Once again, why is there so many Tulane players today? Oh, great. We're in the late 60s and we're still playing with minors. Ethan Minor, that is, the center. He's in for a 1-yard rushing touchdown. I have to stop with that. 68, we have another right guard, Drew Moss. Even though this dude's built like essentially a really strong fullback, he's in the end zone and he does the shmoney dance for the 10th time today. Number 69, nice. We have Brody Butler to close out the 60s with a touchdown for Middle Tennessee State, if you've even never heard of that school at all, as he hits the Heisman pose to close out the 60s. Well, the 60s will complete all 8 total positions you will see today, adding on centers and now kickers. So at least it had a little bit of variation, but still we have too many Titans to count. Now I'm actually just going to completely yap over the 70s. There's just not much to talk about. It's all big backs scoring right now. You know, these dudes, they serve pancakes in the morning and touchdowns in the afternoon. But if you're wondering why there's so many tight ends on this list, it's because of what I've been name dropping this entire time. It's because they're all long snappers. Now Madden actually does not have a position for long snappers at all, so they just classify them as a tight end. Now I'm not going to go the distance and say that these people are 100% long snappers, but to be fair, they are like 50 and 60 overall, so they might as well be. But you know what? I'd had to have somebody score at those positions, and those are the only people wearing numbers in the 40s and 50s and 60s that I can score with, because in this game you cannot change positions. In Madden you can. In Madden you can change players, like on defense. If you want to put them at receiver or quarterback, you can do that, but you can't do that for college football, which makes sense because there's a lot of NIL rights and agreements they have to agree with, which means you cannot move players around. But anyways, here's 78. We have a kicker, and I completely shanked a kicker with this dude. It is Kennesaw State, so you cannot blame me. I will get it back up and do it once more, and I have it up to the uprights this time. We're going on to 79, in which we close out the 70s with another center here in Los Angeles Memorial Stadium, the Coliseum. Number 79, Jonah Monheim with the USC Trojans. So yeah, what's new? The entire 70s were just big boy region, except the one kicker at 78, but now we're up to 9 guards, 5 centers, and now 3 kickers as well. Finally, the 80s, we have tight ends who are actually used to catching the football. Here we have Utah with Brant Keith, the tight end. He's in, and he dives in for the end zone to kick off number 80. 81, we're going back to the Crimson Tide with CJ Dupree, if I said his name right. Here's another completion, which is actually going to put us in a really solid positioning, and I get a late hit out of bounds right here, which is going to move us up 15 more yards. So third down and goal from the 6, just looking for this tight end angle, and I got Dupree on the touchdown pass to number 81 here in the Crimson Tide, and that's probably the last time we'll be in Alabama today. And another shmoney dance. 82, this dude's name is RJ Maryland, yet he decided to go to a school such as Southern Methodist University, but good for him because he's in the end zone for number 82, RJ Maryland. 83, we're going to Holden Willis. Holden Willis, what a name this dude has. The tight end for 83 here in Middle Tennessee State. Once more, he's in the back of the end zone. This is a touchdown, and he hits the Heisman pose. Like 10 people have done this video already. 84, we have Ben Urasek. This dude's actually listed as the fullback for Georgia, which is funny because he's a star-rated player. He would probably be the starting tight end if he was not going to the University of Georgia. 85, Luke Lockie. This is the best Iowa offensive play you'll see today, and the only Iowa offensive play you'll see today. It's a touchdown for number 85. here with Luke Lockey. 86, Mason Taylor, another really good tight end in the nation, trying to find him the sweet spot. The back right pylon knocks down, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown here in the Bayou, and the Schmuddy dance once more. 87, Lake McCree, back at the Coliseum for the USC Trojans. I do not know how I broke the plane here, but I barely threaded the needle. It's in the end zone, and it's a touchdown for number 87. Stop hitting the Heisman pose. Only one person can win it. Number 88, back to Notre Dame. We have Mitchell Evans. I do not know how I caught this touchdown, and I do not know how I broke the plane once again, but you know what? I can't complain about either of those things. Check the time and put him to sleep for number 88. And to close up the 80s, we have Charizard Metaverse, or however you say this dude's name. He just jumps over the photographer, bangs his trash can like it's a Houston Astro, and then he flexes in front of this wall like he has psychosis. But anyways, it's a touchdown for 89. We're done with the 80s. On the plus side, at least these tight ends were actually tight ends. They could actually catch the football. I mean, the past tight ends we've been getting, I mean, essentially their jersey number matches their overall. They're not even tight ends. They're essentially long snappers. But hey, at least we finished the 80s with 10 of them in total. Kicking off the 90s, no pun intended, with a kick for number 90, Ben Sauls. It's up to the uprights. That's probably the longest kick you'll see me nail today with Ben Sauls here in Pittsburgh. It's good. 91, oh yeah, once again, we're running the ball with tight ends from the 1-yard line. Nothing new. Gus Goodell with Kent State University's in for the end zone. 92, back to another tight end. At least we're playing in a military school because they actually have designed fullback plays like I said earlier. It's a touchdown for number 92, Rain Fry. Number 93 from Ole Miss, we have Carter Short, which is pretty ironic because compared to his teammates, he actually does look like a pretty short man as he hits the Heisman pose once again. Number 94, we have Tate Kendall, the tight end for Virginia Tech, but he's in the end zone for 6, and that's how we conclude off of number 94. You know, actually looking back at this, how was this a touchdown? I was well 1 yard short. I do not know what's up with this game giving me touchdowns I do not deserve. 95, we have OJ Berry, playing at Louisiana Monroe. He's in for the 1 yard touchdown. He just tears that dude's ACL in the process. It's in for number 95. Number 96, we have Camden Woodtucky, which is the most Nebraskan Cornhusker name I've ever heard, but he's in the end zone as he points to the fans as we conclude number 96 here from Nebraska. Number 97, back to another kick with Jonathan Kim. Nothing really crazy here, but what's funny comes after the play as he gets trampled by his offensive lineman right here. 98, Noah Brunette. Man, I wish I knew a Burnett. Okay, you know what? I deserve to miss that kick. Yes, I know it's Noah Burnett, and we have redemption with this kick right here from the 23-yard line. Yes, it's up and through the uprights. We're on to the final number, 99, in which, weirdly enough, a player wearing 99 is a wide receiver. So first down and goal, I missed the first pass by a long shot. Second down and goal, I'm just trying to force it in any means possible. This is an awful pass. Third down and goal. 2 more tries to get the jury on Dickey, number 99. I throw a complete hospital pass, which really could have been intercepted or put that dude in the hospital. So finally, 4th down and goal. It all comes down to this. It's a wide receiver screen. Jurion Dickey gets his back blown out, but he's in the end zone for a touchdown for number 99 as he waves goodbye to the audience as I conclude the 0 to 99 jersey challenge in college football 25. And our video concludes finally. We started with a kicker, had some more long snappers, 2 more kickers, and it ended in a perfect good note with our last receiver at 99, and that is the full chart filled out right now with the entire breakdown, 8 quarterbacks, 10 receivers. You can read all of it right here. Now I'm going to tell you right now, this video took me actually a long time to make. Scoring 100 touchdowns actually does take a minute, believe it or not, so I'd appreciate any support you guys can leave on this video. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.